So welcome to part 2 of the Honda Grom exhaust showdown. In episode 1 we tested a real Yoshimura exhaust with a fake AliExpress exhaust, and the results may surprise you. If you haven't watched episode 1, I suggest going and watching it. But we couldn't help but notice that there was a lot of comments saying we didn't test this or we didn't test that or the data's inaccurate. Well, in this episode we're back and we're going to answer all those questions, and we're going to prove with real data which exhaust is best. So stay tuned. Yep, that's right. We actually took 125s to the dyno just for you guys. So here's going to be the plan with these bikes. We're going to do mates first, and we're going to do 3 runs each bike. We're going to do, Izza's got the exhaust on now, we're going to do Chinese exhaust, baffle in, we're going to do Chinese exhaust, baffle out, and we're also going to do stock exhaust. Then we're going to swap that off, we're going to put my bike on there, we're going to do exactly the same. Is the real exhaust any better for power, or is the Chinese exhaust going to do you absolutely a solid and do exactly the same? This is real data, this is on a dyno, we're not just guessing, we've drag raced them, and results are a little inconclusive. It's difficult to tell rider differences. Obviously, May might be faster than changing gear than me or better at setting off than me. This is going to answer all the questions once and for all. Which exhaust is better, cheap or expensive? So let's find out. What did she make, Tony?
9.6.
9.6, folks, with Chinese exhaust, baffle in. So we're just going to quickly whip that out, and we'll see if it makes any difference whatsoever. Realistically, it should, but I don't know.
My money's on 3/4.
Really?
That's what I'm going to go for.
3/4 or an horsepower? I don't know.
10, so I'm going for 10.2.
I reckon 9.7.
Right, we've got
Yeah.
9.7 to 10.2.
Realistically, it's reduced. Well, I don't know. Oh, go on then. I'll change it. I'll go 9.8. I think realistically, it's reducing flow. It should make a difference, but yeah, it's a 125. So it's a 125. So is it going to make a massive difference? I'm skeptical.
Pull it out with
I'm skeptical. I bet
it's sorry, fucking hell.
I've got leather hands. I'm a welder.
Oh, so yeah. Here we go. So he's stepping on it. Just in case.
Right, here we go then, folks. Round 2. Come on then, Tony. What did it make? Did it make any difference whatsoever?
Average 10.29.
Joking, did it?
Yeah.
Wow, that is a big difference, isn't it? Well, not a big difference, but it is.
10.28, 10.31 they were the 2 consistent runs.
Yeah.
So, like you say, when you get that consistency, that's when you stop.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. Wish we could smooth this more. But it's the fact that it makes it all the way. So
Yeah.
the obviously from about 5 through to what, 7.
Not just a peak.
Yeah, it's not just like a little spike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, even though we've maps moved this, you've still got that.
Right.
But yeah, there's a spread, so it does. Yeah.
So real data, baffle out does actually make a power difference, which is it makes sense because you are restricting flow, aren't you?
On the big bikes, I've seen R1s.
Yeah.
We'll do like an Acra. At, I don't know, I'm trying to think, actually 187, we did one at 187, we popped the Acra Baffle in, 177.
That's a big difference on a big engine, isn't it?
Huge.
10,
yeah. Then we used the Pipeworks can, like was on my bike.
Yeah.
That then pushed it, I think it went to about 189, but...
Yeah. 10 horsepower on a big bike is a lot though, isn't it? From a baffle, it's a big difference.
Pipeworks Baffle then took off, I think, half of the Acra.
Right.
But the point is that the baffling is fucking enormous.
Yeah.
Worst one, 40 horsepower.
40 horsepower?
Yeah, so he had a baffle on the end, and then he had one on the inlet, like a big cone on the inlet, and then a conventional baffle on the end.
Yeah.
It was an MT-09 Tracer GT. It had only just passed his test.
Right.
And to the point where it was pissing down outside, we asked him to call us when he got home because we were genuinely worried.
Yeah.
Because he literally, 40 horsepower. The bike then got mapped, so I think he ended up with 50 horsepower more.
Yeah.
And we were generally like, "Are you going to be all right?"
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know, when you think.
There we go, folks. Yeah, real data, baffle out does make a difference. Now, yeah, we're talking what, 1 point some horsepower, but yeah, it's enough difference, isn't it? It's a big-ish difference. So the real test now is going to be we're going to bolt stock exhaust on. Now I'm really interested to see what it does with stock exhaust. What should it be? Stock, the bike.
9, I think.
9 horsepower stock.
So.
Right. Let's get stock exhaust on and let's find out. I'm shocked by that. Yeah, I am shocked.
We missed the tree, didn't we? Didn't do top speed run.
What did we get?
Down.
Nah, so it's interesting.
Yeah, up to end.
It's interesting. It's interesting because actually it didn't lose much power. So it's 9.4 as an average. But the key here is the stock exhaust actually makes more power up until 7,000 revs than it does with the aftermarket system with the baffle.
Right.
That's the key. So your baffled aftermarket system is actually worse than your stock system up until 7.
So basically all at rev range then, because you've
The last bit is the lethargic bit, from 7.5 through to the absolute red line.
Yeah.
The stock system is lethargic. It's the worst out of everything.
All of them, yeah.
That's where you're always riding though, isn't
Yeah.
it, really, top
The
end?
performance system still makes more than the stock system to 6.5, all but minimal.
Yeah.
But then at 6.5 is where the bigger gains are made.
Right.
But the other thing is, it felt lethargic. So in terms of speed, let's have a quick look. So, yeah, so the full system without a baffle was the fastest to accelerate. The full system with a baffle was the second fastest, and falling behind was essentially the stock system. a full second and a half more in what is essentially a 12.5 second run. So that's quite significant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Picks up a lot faster with the aftermarket system.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just about the power.
Yeah.
It accelerates
Yeah.
better with.
So realistically, the best overall is the aftermarket system. Baffle out, makes better power, makes better torque. It spools faster, it revs faster.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so there we go, accurate data, not just guesswork. Accurate data, the system does make better power, better torque, and does rev cleaner overall over the stock exhaust. So yeah, don't at me in the comments saying stock exhaust better. Dyno proven gains. The aftermarket without a baffle is the best setup overall on that one. So that's bike one done. Now we need to see realistically, does the blue bike make the same power as the black bike stock with the stock exhaust? Now, at the moment, the aftermarket exhaust is already bolted on, so we're going to kind of do it in the same orientation as what we've just done with this one to save us swapping it twice. We're going to do the run on that bike with baffle in, then we'll take the baffle out, and then we'll do a stock run, and we'll compare them all back to back to see if it actually makes any difference whatsoever. Judging by AliExpress, go on.
Yeah, the AliExpress one overall is better with a baffle. So the AliExpress one has marginally more from like 4 through to 5.5.
Yeah.
They're equally matched up to 7.75. And then the Ali with a baffle carries it on a bit better. So basically we're looking at red, this one, blue, the other one.
Can you see it? Pick it up.
Yeah, no, camera like goes a bit weird, but there we go, look. So, there we go. The red line is this bike with the genuine Yoshi exhaust on. That one, the blue line, is the other one. The fake one actually goes better with the baffle. So obviously there is some inconsistencies. We haven't ran this with a stock exhaust yet. Ideally, we want both bikes to do very similar with stock exhaust to make this a fair test, don't we?
Make it an absolute fair test,
If they both do very, very similar power with the stock exhaust, then we can actually confirm that, yeah, the exhaust is making the difference.
They both make the same power.
Yeah.
9.6, that's the interesting bit. It's
Yeah.
just the...
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. So literally 9.6 to the dot, really, 0.1 difference. So almost the same power with the baffles in. Yeah, the interesting bit.
This one just holds it better.
Yeah, the AliExpress one just takes it longer to the limiter, yeah. Interesting, very interesting. So yeah, same as last time. We now need to whip the baffle out of this one, do a rerun. Baffle out. Let's do this. Go on then, the reveal.
AliExpress wins.
Joking! AliExpress is better.
I shit you not. Yeah, okay, yours is a different design. It has got the loop, so it's obviously a longer exhaust.
Yeah.
But it matches it to 5K. After that, it doesn't perform as well as the more conventional length AliExpress job. So it's down on horsepower, so the max we got out of that run was 9.83, 9.81, so they're both consistent.
Yeah.
And it was 10.28 on the other one.
Yeah.
So it does make quite a significant difference.
So the real question needs to be though, does this bike make the same power as the other bike with stock exhaust? If it does, well then that's it, innit? Absolute coffin sealed, job done. If this makes lower power, then we're kind of gonna have to sort of crunch some numbers and work out percentages and stuff, aren't we? If this makes the same power now on stock exhaust as your bike, well,
It's an easy.
yeah.
Easy win, isn't it?
One small note as well, actually, the Baffle in this has less of an effect than the Ali bike.
Right, that is shocking because
shocking.
let me actually get my Baffle if it's not still red hot. This Baffle is what I made myself because incidentally the Yoshi Baffle is a further 80, 70 quid or something ridiculous. I refuse to pay it. So I just literally bodged my own together, made my own, which looks like that. So I thought this one was going to be a lot more restrictive than the one that was in his bike.
Weirdly, it loses less at the top.
How much did it actually lose between runs then with the Baffle in?
0.2 of a horsepower at peak.
Nothing basically then.
Nothing. 5.5 through to 7.5, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's that low down bit, so that initial pickup,
Yeah.
and a little bit at the top end.
So there you go, folks. That Baffle, what I made, although it looks restrictive, made near as damn it naff all difference to power with or without. So it's just a hell of a lot louder with it out. Yeah. So then. So this is it. This is the big reveal then. We're going to bolt the stock exhaust on this bike. If that bike and that bike outside do the same power stock, coffin sealed, AliExpress one's better. If this one does lower, like I say, we're going to have to kind of work out percentage differences or whatever else. But yeah, we'll bolt it on and we'll see then. Right, so this is the big moment then.
Yeah, you definitely need to do the exhaust comparison.
Yeah?
Stock, both bikes don't make the same power.
Right, so that's what we wanted, really. That's what we wanted, really. So this bike makes less, yeah?
Yes.
So the new bike, the 2025 bike, makes less power than the 2021 bike. So this brings us to a bonus round then, really, Tony, if you're all right with it. So we can't put the AliExpress exhaust on my bike because there's no lambda sensor holes in it. We need the first one in as a minimum because the engine needs that to run, to adjust fuel in. But what we can do is, Tony has got some blanks and we can blank off the lambda sensor holes in the real one and we can bolt the real one onto that bike. And that's going to be the decider then, isn't it, really?
Yep, absolutely. We'll bolt the bike on, but we'll put both aftermarkets on.
Yeah.
Because again,
yeah, the difference in strapping,
all that kind of stuff. So we'll get it back on. We'll do both exhausts back to back.
Yep.
And then you will have a winner.
Yeah, and that is, you cannot get any fairer than that. So naturally this bike makes less. We'll get to what power it made in a second. But yeah, we cannot get any fairer than that. If we try the loop exhaust on that bike, back-to-back comparison on the same bike, we cannot do any more. What did it make anyway, this one?
8.7.
So
versus 9.4.
So it does make a difference. The real one does make a difference, yeah. It does make a difference, putting an exhaust system on there. I mean, I'm not very good at maths. We'll have to work out the actual percentage increase. It's nothing to blow your mind. Unless that fancy machine will tell us.
Quite a significant difference stock to full system without a doubt.
Yeah, so 8.70 horsepower stock exhaust, 9.81 with the aftermarket exhaust. So does it make a difference? Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. It does make a difference in power, so we're not saying the exhaust is crap. It's definitely not. It does give you more power, but the whole purpose of this video was comparing an expensive exhaust with a cheap exhaust. So what power did that gain? That gained what, 1.1 horsepower. So what did his gain with the stock exhaust and the AliExpress exhaust?
Difference was much less actually. So the difference between the Yosh and the stock is more significant than stock
And AliExpress.
versus Ali.
So it's just the fact that the black bike is making more power naturally what's making it seem
But
like a better
at the end of the day, the Yosh has got a different shape.
Yeah, it's different, completely
So
different,
the,
yeah.
The true comparison is the next one, isn't it?
The true comparison is the same bike, both exhausts.
Absolutely.
Absolute, yeah, deal seal. So we'll do that. We'll get the black bike back on. As Tony says, we're going to get rid of any controversy about strapping issues or whatever. We're going to run it with the aftermarket exhaust on the AliExpress one. Then we're going to swap it. We're going to put the Yoshi loop on, and we're going to actually test them on the same bike. So that was just a rerun of the black bike with the standard exhaust, just to eliminate any strapping differential. Did it make any difference?
Marginal.
Marginal.
I mean, to be fair, you've got red now, blue before.
So next to nothing. Yeah, I can't really see on screen unless you get close, but next to nothing. So that's basically eliminated that now. We've now got a new base point with it strapped on again for a second time. So that was a standard exhaust. We're now going to bolt on the Yoshi loop exhaust, just because once we've done, we can put his exhaust back on and then it can stay on. So next up will be Yoshi loop. Let's see if it makes the same sort of difference on this bike as what it does on my bike, or if it's better. All right, don't sell me we haven't done this fair. Yoshi loop on the black bike, no baffle for maximum power. Does this one make the same performance gains as what the AliExpress one did, or is it going to be better? Let's find out. Moment of truth then, Tony.
So this exhaust makes more power on this bike.
Does it?
Yeah, the peak power is negligible, 9.83 to 10.
Yeah.
But from 3.5 up to, well, shit, up to 7.5.
Yeah.
It makes more. So green, I'll take torque off so it doesn't get too busy. Green is your bike.
Yep.
Blue is this bike.
So compared with
So
the...
that's 10 horsepower, and mine made 10 points, nearly 10.3, weren't it?
So those on the screen now is my bike versus this
Yeah.
bike. So this bike makes more power with that exhaust on, which we kind of knew anyway, because this makes more power
Yeah,
in
the
general.
bike makes more power anyway.
So what about with this bike, AliExpress versus that one, both baffle out? What's the difference there?
We're going to do it next.
That's the next.
Oh yeah, that's the next one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We've already done it, haven't we?
We've already done it, yeah, but for for fairness, we need to do it again because we've had bike off. So yeah.
Absolute fairness, we'll get that one on again.
So yeah, so it actually does perform great on this bike. The loop system, say it's supposed to it's designed to give you better top end, which looking at the graph on this bike, maybe is that plausible? Does it give better top end?
We need to do it against stock run, don't you? What you've just done, rather than his bike.
Yeah, so stock run what you've just done versus that, does it actually make better top end? Does the loop work?
Stock Yes.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
big difference. So yeah, we're not slandering the Yosh. The Yosh does do what it says on the tin. It does give you a lot better top end versus the stock exhaust. So
How often do you ride these bikes above 6?
all the time,
Oh,
the whole time you're on it.
fair
Yeah,
enough. Okay.
yeah. They're that slow. You are literally always in that RPM
And
range.
that's where the difference
Yeah.
is.
Constantly on limit.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair play.
To like yeah. So
Honestly, these are constantly out limit.
always on the limiter.
Yeah, always worried about the valve.
Cool. Right, final run then. The AliExpress, back on the black bike, baffle out for maximum power. Let's see. This is it. This is the final one. If this now makes more power than what the Yoshi one just did, deal is sealed. AliExpress is better, hands down. Let's find out. I'll let you do the honours.
How much is the Yosh?
What, the pack? The money?
Yeah.
It's with 700 quid, something
How
like
much
that.
is the alley?
700 quid plus postage.
About 100 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's 600 quid's a lot of beer, isn't it?
No way.
Did AliExpress make more?
No, it's fucking identical.
Is it?
Look at that, seriously. Alright, I'll get it up just to show. I haven't labelled them, so you're going to have to trust me. But that is Ali.
Yep.
That is Yosh. Hold on, let's get another Yosh. Oh my God, yeah. Actually, it's marginal. Look.
Yep. Which one's which?
Sorry, blue,
Yep.
Yosh,
Yep.
red, Ali.
I mean, I know it's marginal, but it's marginally better in AliExpress's favour.
It is.
Does it get more controversial than that? That the AliExpress one is marginally better than the real Yoshi one.
Not even 0.1.
Well, yeah, and it's basically nothing. But even to be just as good is saying something, really, innit? Even to be just as good is saying something. For a £600 difference, is it worth buying the real Yoshi? I mean, that's going to come down to your preference with looks and whatever else. But if you are just wanting power, I think that pretty much seals the deal. The AliExpress is the clear winner for me. It sounds better. There's no doubt about that. It sounds better. The power difference is marginally better on the same bike. What more can we do than that? No more we can do, mate.
No.
That's it. There'll be someone in comments saying we should have done something else, but we can't do any better than that. So I know this has been a lot to take in, there's been a lot of numbers thrown around, but let's take an actual look at the dyno graphs and at the data. So first up, let's take a look at the 2021 Grom. This is the one with the AliExpress exhaust. Here you can see the 3 runs back to back. With the stock exhaust, we got a maximum bhp of 9.42 bhp with a torque of 8.09. That's the standard exhaust. With the aftermarket exhaust with a baffle, we got a total power of 9.60 with a maximum torque of 7.74. So interestingly, slightly less torque with the aftermarket exhaust with the baffle. But the clear winner was the AliExpress exhaust with a maximum power of 10.28 brake horsepower with a maximum torque of 8.34 foot-pounds of torque. So looking at the data, the AliExpress performs better without a baffle and does give us significant gains over the standard exhaust system. Next up, let's take a look at the 2025 bike. Now this is the one fitted with the Yoshimura exhaust. You can see with the standard exhaust we got a maximum bhp of 8.70 with a maximum torque of 7.42. Then with the Yoshi exhaust with a baffle in, we got a maximum power of 9.62. So we did see a slight increase in bhp as well as torque, but the real winner again was without the baffle. The Yoshi pipe without the baffle gave us a maximum bhp of 9.83 and a maximum torque of 7.89. So the best all round was the Yoshi pipe without the baffle. But here comes the real controversial one. We tested the 2021 bike with the AliExpress exhaust and with the Yoshi exhaust on to rule out any bike differences, and the results are pretty controversial. With the stock exhaust we saw a maximum bhp output of 9.42. With the Yoshi loop exhaust we saw a maximum bhp of 10.18
and with the AliExpress exhaust we saw a maximum BHP of 10.41. What can I say, folks? Don't shoot the messenger. This is real hard data, and on the dyno, on the day, the AliExpress exhaust performed better.
So that there, folks, is going to draw an end to this video. It doesn't get fairer than that. We've done as much testing as we can possibly do on that. The end result, well, you make it as you will. For me and everybody else, we think the AliExpress one, for the money, you can't beat it. We've proved there that the loop exhaust doesn't really make that much difference, if any difference at all. Yeah, it does look nice, but does it actually make any difference on this engine, on a smaller 125 engine? We've tested it. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. But before we go, I do want to say a massive thank you for Tony for letting us not only film this madness, for actually doing it for us.
Absolute pleasure.
Not many people are interested in doing this. It's a small engine bike. We're never ever going to make great power. But yeah, I do want to say a massive thank you for letting us do it. And yeah, I think you've enjoyed it as much as...
It's been a laugh.
Yeah, it's been a laugh.
Interesting to see the results.
Yeah, so if you are local to me, Derbyshire, Newark area, and you do want your bike power running, or not just power runs, what else do you do, Tony? Well, tell them all what you do.
In this room, we'll do everything from power commander maps, anyway, any fuel module maps, kit ECU maps,
Yep.
full ECU maps, the whole kit caboodle, and obviously the workshop and the suspension.
Yes, it's not just the dyno, and they do have the workshop. They do suspension, and you're guessing servicing, race preparation.
Absolutely.
Anything you do want, head down to Parkitt Performance. These are Newark based, so fairly local to us. Yeah, and one last thing before I go, everyone's going to have noticed the leg. Tell them all about the leg.
Shark attack. It was a motorbike racing accident many moons ago, where unfortunately one competitor broke the rules and a bike club didn't enforce the rules, and a combination of all of that meant someone wheeled in at the side of me.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a legend.
Goes on.
Yeah, exactly. Life goes on. He's still here. He's still working. He's still working on bikes, and what a legend is still riding a bike. He's still riding an R1 of all things. So yeah, what an absolute legend. A massive thank you to Tony and Parkitt Performance. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and let me know in the comments, is there anything else you want us to test on this Grom? I know there's a massive list of modifications for these intakes and whatever else. Anything else you want us to see? Anything else you want us to test? Let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll just get onto it. We do listen. We'll see you next video.